Hi everyone, it's Kim. So let's go ahead and cut these soaps that I made yesterday and see how it goes. I'll go ahead and let's cut the junky one first, the catastrophe, the seized one with all the pretty petals. Okay, so I put it in the oven. I put everything in the oven usually, but this one I probably cooked a little bit longer, and it seemed to overheat. You know how when it gets oily? So this is what it looks like. Move this out of the way. This is what it looks like. Bunch of junk. But it looks like one of my earlier batches of hot process probably. But I didn't put this in the crock pot. This was just me leaving it in the mold. And you see how it's all oily? Me leaving it in the mold and then just oven processing it. So I'll shave that off. So let me just go ahead and trim it. Ew. That's freakish. That's where I just took that piece and just shoved it down in there. Isn't that just so attractive? Whoa. That is not what I had wanted. And I'm not gonna rebatch because I don't like rebatch. I just don't. To me, it's not worth the time to do it. Every time I've ever rebatched, I always end up just throwing the soap away because I don't like the way it looks. So yeah, just a bunch of seeping, icky, messed up soap. But I'll leave it. I'll finish cutting it in a minute, and I'll leave it to sit for, a couple, until I see what it looks like, if it absorbs the oils or whatever. And if the smell comes out and it's nice, then I will use it here at the house. If not, it'll just be considered one of those lesson learned, I'll toss it. Okay, all my little petals and black cumin seeds. So, let's see how this goes. Okay, so then the next one is the Mademoiselle. Now, I did get a crack on the top, but I don't really care. And there's some stuff running down the sides, but that's just a little bit of the, what is this stuff called? Oh, yeah, the glycerin that I had used to do the glycerin mica swirl on the top. And that is it up close. See my crack there? The crack in the soap. I think my sister's going to love this. This is like one of her favorite perfumes, and the more I smell it, the more it does smell like her Mademoiselle Coco Chanel. Kind of reminds me of calamine lotion. It's not going to be really much to see in this because all I had done was just had put a little bit of a swirl in there, which you can't even really tell, of gold mica. With, I put some of the gold mica in the batter. So there's a little bit of a sparkle to it in the, you can see it. You can't see it on the camera for sure because this isn't going to work very well, but in those little splotches, like right there, when you hold it, you can see the sparkles in it. But it's okay. It's about the smell. It almost reminds me of, I don't know if you ever remember one of those old perfumes called White Shoulders. It's not the smell, but the color, and it just reminds me of that old White Shoulders box that the perfume used to come in. Yeah. It's just kind of a boring bar. But it's about the scent, really. And there's some Himalayan pink salt on the top. They're all looking the same. So let me go ahead and stop doing that one. I just want to be able to show you, you know, all of them. Okay, let me wipe this off. Yeah, that's just where some of the glycerin hadn't absorbed yet, but it's, you know, it still will. Okay, so this one is the Blackberry Bay. Oh, love it. And there are the colors in the top. It has that little bit of cut dried rosemary on the top. Turn it this way just because of that. Hopefully I can still fit the cutter on there. Maybe this, ooh, I like this. Yeah. It has kind of a tiger action there, and the purples turned out good, and the black. And the base will darken up some. Yeah, I really like this. I like the fact that it's simple on the bottom and it just has that going on up there. That's the fact that I like the way it smells. Yep. I like it. They're always a little bit different whenever you make them, you know, as far as the design goes. But the colors, I like these colors. They're all good, and it turned out well. Okay, so let me go ahead and stop that since I've showed you some of that one. And let's look at the Petals and Cream one. I'm looking forward to seeing that one. And like I said, I hope that the Red Reef Clay is strong enough to keep it from turning too brown. But I know this has been done, you know, as far as the colors, a million times. It's simple, but it goes with the scent. And that Red Reef Clay really matches those petals for sure. Okay, yeah, that looks really neat. And with the petals on the top. Fingers crossed the color holds up. So once again, with this one, I had got a little bit of rose petals and cream from Candle Cocoon that my friend had sent me. The same girl who, Linda from Palm Beach Candle, who had given me the red reef clay. And then I had also got a 1 ounce sample from Sopapalooza of rose milk. And so then I, still didn't quite have enough to make a batch. So that's when I had kind of just mixed up some of my own with, I added, some of those other ones and some True Rose from Sweet Cakes and some of their Vanilla White, which is a non-discoloring vanilla. See, it doesn't always have to have a hanger. I like it like that. There's just a neat flow to it. And of course, it's always interesting to smell it in a couple of weeks to see, once that raw soap smell goes away, how the smell will hold up, and also the discoloration. But anyway, that was my soaping adventure for my first weekend back after not having made soap in, a couple of months. So, I think that having one go bad is acceptable. It happens sometimes, and so I'll deal with it. But anyway, I'm going to come back this weekend and make a bunch of soap again until my oils run out. And I'll talk to you later. Have a great week.